6 weeks of useless work. Here it is. This is my first attempt of doing product development from top to bottom, going from wireframing to prototyping, then to like actual development. I think I failed miserably here. The whole idea was to help people speed up the process for people to find UGC creators, right? And we thought this was a problem because if you're a social media manager or whatever, you're having to find a lot of content creators and you will have to spend a lot of time just scrolling through TikTok, right? And we're like, okay, because there's so many to find, like let's just create something that where AI will find it for them. So this was the main idea that we had. It was like, hey, can you find me fitness creators? And, you can talk to an AI agent or like this. Specified in detail what kind of agent you want, what kind of creators you were looking for, and then the idea was to kind of like, here you can accept it and you can reject it. If we just look at the card feature, it works with Tinder and like Bumble and like these dating apps because at a particular usage of the app, you're probably going through like 30 or 10 right, creators, but here we're dealing with like thousands of users, thousands of creators manually, and it just doesn't make sense for people to kind of sit there and just swipe through, right? So the whole feature like we built, I built a feature, but like after I built it, I'm like, wait a second, this fucking doesn't make sense, because it's so counterintuitive. Like we want to speed up the time, but in fact I can argue that actually it's slower if users kind of use this. You have to like manually sit there and then cross and heart. If I was a social media manager, I'd probably just like use TikTok and like just cross and just sit there and like manually skim through it myself. The fact that like I cannot go visit their profile, like if I was TikTok, I'll go to the profile to check the content, right? I can't do that. Is a bummer. There's also a few edge cases, like for example, as you can see over here, like because the video tag is provided through CDN, it's like it takes time to load and sometimes it freezes. It gets stuck. I don't know why. So it's very clunky. You got the whole like talking to AI thing, right? Like the agent mode, the idea for the agent mode was like you turn on this agent mode, reject automatically for you, given your criteria or requirements that you want for the creators. And honestly, it's not built yet. as you can tell, it's not built yet because I don't know, man. The whole like after building the cards and like the whole chat, I just felt like I just didn't feel it was the right. I just felt like I was not building the right product because, like I said, the card is pretty redundant. And the second feature I built after realizing the fact that the card is kind of practically useless, or feature, I'm like, okay, well, we gotta let users take away something, right? I'm gonna build an export feature where they can just export the list of creators that they hated, rejected or approved. This is another thing about the export feature, which I think is quite garbage. Like what are people going to use this? Like there's no good information that they can actually utilize beside the handle, beside the handle and the follower count, and the profile URL. Like there isn't any like email or anything like that they can go grab. I guess this could be an extension. This could be like there could be another service that goes and finds emails for these creators. Probably scrape email. The way that I've decided to complicate my life is by building the backend in Python and the front end in TypeScript using nextjs. So this means whenever a front end has to make a request or send a request to the backend, the front end first sends a request to the nextjs server, which then sends a request from a backend, Python backend. So there's like two servers that I have to manage, which is fucking nuts. And I have to also manage 2 repos altogether, which fucking sucks, bro. So maybe next time around I'll just fucking stick to nextjs. I mean, look, the UI is kind of like danky. This is my first attempt of doing product development from top to bottom because this product is literally not usable. It is kind of usable technically. Everything's connected and usable, but it's kind of useless. That's what I'm trying to say. It is useless.